Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Comic-Con exclusive Dennis Nedry. Now, as I talked about before, getting this figure was a bit of a challenge, but if you want to know more about that, just check out my unboxing video for it. I'm not going to really waste your time and explain it here, so if you really want to know, then check out my unboxing video, so yeah. Anyway, before I take a look at Dennis himself, we'll take a quick look at his accessories. And first of all, we get a little cryo can. The little can of Barbasol that Nedry uses to smuggle dinosaur embryos off of Isla Nublar. The painting here looks fine. Honestly, the only painted bit is like the top right there. The little Barbasol is like a sticker, because you can see them like overlapping, so they just used a sticker here, which is fine. Like, it makes sense, but yeah. Not a lot of painting, but the painting that is here, like, for a small little crowd can like this, it looks good. Really good, actually. So, the painting here, I'd say gets a pass. No articulation, of course. It'd be cool if you could, like, pop the bottom out, but again, this is very small, so yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. But, yeah. No articulation, but the sculpting, well, it's a small can of Barbasol. I don't know what else you want from me, just that. But yeah, the detailing is alright. Not a whole lot, but it's alright. So yeah, unfortunately Dennis can't really hold it, or he can, and I've seen it done before. In fact, I've done it before with this figure, but unfortunately, like, it doesn't really want to stay in his hand. So I have like really like thick fingers, so like it's kind of hard for me to, like, I guess, sort of see. But yeah, getting Dennis to hold this is not an easy task whatsoever. So yeah. So the little crowd can here, not a bad accessory, but it's alright. Now for something that I feel like could have been left out, the little piece of pie from the first movie. In case you haven't seen the first movie, there is a scene where Dennis is testing out the cryo can, which in the movie, like, this is used to, like, you know, store dinosaur embryos, but it also has some like foam in it. So yeah, he tests it out and then he puts it on someone else's pie, which admittedly is a funny scene, but yeah. Again, I don't really know why they included this. I feel like this could have just easily been left out, but not the end of the world, I guess. The painting on this is pretty good for a small little piece like this. The plate is painted pink. Of course, we have the inside of the pie right there, which is a reddish color. The crust of the pie is this yellowish color. And of course, the shaving cream is white. Of course, there's going to be no articulation, though it would be cool if you could remove the shaving cream, but that's just me. Yeah, no articulation. Sculpting looks nice, and the detailing it's alright. Not a whole lot going on, but yeah. There's just a small little piece of pie with shaving cream, and Dennis can hold it, but like, I don't know, I guess you could just like try to position the hand in a certain way. Where'd it go? There it is. A very small piece. A lot of the accessories here are very small, so be careful. Try not to lose these because it is, you know, pretty possible. But yeah, I guess something like that. But even then, that still looks a little weird. But yeah, that's it for the pie. Just gonna put Nedry over here. Yeah, again, I feel like this could have easily just been left out, but it's still a nice little touch. So I do appreciate it. Now for the last accessory, which is probably my favorite, Dennis's bag of money. This isn't anything crazy. Just a solid brown piece of plastic. The detailing and sculpting here looks really nice, and of course there is no articulation. And the reason why this is my favorite is because Dennis can actually hold it, like so. So, yeah. With the other accessories, like, he can either hold it, but it looks weird, or he can't hold it. This, you know, is perfectly fine, and I do like this. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the accessories for Dennis Nedry. They're alright. Nothing crazy, and it does make sense why most of them are here, except for the pie. I feel like that one could have been left out, but still a nice little touch. But, yeah, the accessories, not bad, but not really perfect either. So, yeah. It'd be better if he could hold them, but I digress. And I know I always say this when it comes to the articulation, but wrist articulation would be great. But, yeah. Anyway, now for Dennis himself. And to start, we'll take a look at the painting here. And the painting on this figure is pretty good for what it is, or for the most part. There is one little bit, which might seem nitpicky, but we'll talk about that. So most of the painting here, for his shirt here, we have all these different greens and purples, which do look nice. And the painting for his pants here also looks really nice. A very bright shade of blue for his denim pants, and I do like that. His sandals are painted black. His watch here is painted a metallic silver, and of course we have a little bit of a paint blemish right there, which might be nitpicky, but after what I went through to get this, yeah, I feel like it's more so worth pointing out. It feels like, you know, if this was like available in Target, then maybe, but yeah, I'm just gonna stop right there before I go on. Yeah, the hair here is painted a very dark shade of brown, almost a blackish color, which does look pretty accurate to the movie. His glasses are a very clear piece of plastic, which I don't know if it's like Malcolm, where you could take them off, but I really don't want to risk it because I don't want to risk breaking this, because if I break this, I can't really get a new one. So, yeah, I don't want to risk anything, but the painting for the face looks pretty solid. I don't see any defects or anything like that, so it does look pretty clean. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for the painting on this figure. And the painting on this figure is good. Again, I could have done without the paint blemish here, which is behind the figure and might seem like a very nitpicky thing. But again, after what I went through for trying to get this, yeah, I can't say, you know, that's too forgivable. So, yeah. Again, very small, but it's the principle of the thing. So, the painting on this figure is still good. So, the painting here, I'd say gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the articulation. And the articulation on this figure is a little below average, but Nedry in the movie was a pretty hefty guy, so of course, like, it makes a little sense. And I'm not, you know, shaming or anything like that, just to make myself perfectly clear. I'm a pretty hefty guy myself, so yeah, that'd be like calling the kettle black, so I'm not shaming, but I'm just saying, you know, he was a big character in the movie, so yeah, the articulation here isn't going to be as, as opposable as most Legacy Collection figures, but I digress. I'm going on too much. But yeah, for the head here, we have a little bit of a ball joint, which there's that. Yep. The arm can move upwards like so, and twist 360. There's a bend at the elbow here, a waist swivel, so he can twist his body 360 degrees. The legs can spread about that much. They can't really kick back that much, but they can kick forward about that much. Usually with Legacy Collection figures, they can kick their leg higher, but again, Nedry was a heavier set person in the movie, so yeah, it makes sense why they made that sacrifice. And of course, we have a bend at the knee. And that's pretty much it for the articulation. Pretty average. Again, in the legs, I feel like it has gone down a little bit, but it's to be expected, so yeah. The articulation on this figure is good, so the articulation gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure, just like everything else, looks pretty good. Very spot on to how he looked in Jurassic Park. That head sculpt especially just screams Wayne Knight, and I do like that a lot. I feel like he was a little bigger in the movie than this. I get that, like, you know, as far as figures go, they don't want someone, like, super big, but at the same time, I feel like a little unrealistic. Again, I'm not shaming or anything like that. Like I said, I'm a pretty hefty guy, so I'm just saying, like, basing this off of the movie, but yeah. Overall, the sculpting here, looks very nice. Pretty accurate to how he looked in Jurassic Park, so yeah. Sculpting on this figure is good, so the sculpting gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the detailing on this figure, and the detailing on this figure, again, is pretty good. So the hair here is detailed pretty nicely. All of the little, little hairs and everything, they look nicely defined. The shirt here doesn't have a lot of detailing, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. And the detailing on his watch here looks pretty good. And all of the, everything in his face is detailed very nicely as well, and even his ears have a nice bit of detailing to them as well. His pants here are detailed very nicely. I actually really like how his pants look. All of the little stitches and whatnot, everything here looks great. And even his sandals are very nicely detailed. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. And the detailing on this figure is good, so the detailing gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this? I'd say it's kind of tough because, well, first of all, I should just say it's not a matter of, should you get this or not. It's a matter of if you can get this or not, because on eBay, this thing is pretty expensive, between like $80 to $100. So, yeah, I'm sure you could probably talk down to like a cheaper price. I heard someone say they were able to talk down to $40, which isn't as bad, but I still feel like that's a little much. I feel like $20 is the perfect price for this, because like $20 like for this might not seem like a lot, but like the actual packaging itself is like an actual can of Barbasol, and it's like electronic and it has like movie quotes. So like $20 for that and this figure is honestly pretty worth it. So if you were able to get this originally, then that's great. This is a pretty good figure. However, if you were unfortunate and you weren't able to get this, well, first of all, I just want you to know that you have my sympathy, and that sucks, but I'd say you're better off waiting until this thing actually comes out in stores. But yeah. One thing I actually, like, kind of nitpicky about this, that I'm not the biggest fan of, like, compared to other Legacy figures, he is actually pretty short. I get that, like, Laura Dern is, like, 3 inches taller than Wayne Knight, like, in real life, but, like, I feel like Wayne Knight should at least be, like, the same height, or maybe, like, a little taller. This, I feel like, is a little too short, but honestly, it still looks fine. So, yeah. And, of course, for more size comparisons, here we have Dr. Billy Grant, and we have some hand sanitizer. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.